11 minutes past 8, and it is the final day of World Youth Day. I mean, that sounds like a contradiction in terms, doesn't it? How do you have the final day of a day? That's because it's not just a day. World Youth Day goes on for about a week. Yeah, it's obviously got bigger. About 1 million people from more than 200 countries, many of them aged between 16 and 35, have gathered in Portugal to mark the occasion. And this idea of World Youth Day all began back in 1985. A group of young adults from the Diocese of Nottingham are there now, accompanied by Bishop Patrick McKinney and fellow clergy. And I caught up with Bishop Patrick, who told me more about what World Youth Day is.
World Youth Day is a gathering of Catholic young people from across the world. It happens every couple of years, and this year, 2023, it's the turn of the church in Lisbon to host it.
And so people come together and do what?
Young people come together. There's many hundred events. There's talks on aspects of the Christian faith. There's liturgies. But the most important thing, I think, is for young people from all over the world to be able to meet together. So there will be language groups. So the young people from the Diocese of Nottingham have been meeting people from Australia, the Philippines, many other English-speaking parts of the world. You know, they're just enriched by the experience of coming together, exchanging experiences of living out their faith as young people.
So this isn't just about coming together and worshipping. This isn't just about coming together and talking about faith. It's the actual coming together that's the sort of really important bit. People connecting with other people from all over the world.
Pope Francis, and long before him, have been very keen on emphasizing human fraternity. You know, that we are people, brothers and sisters, living on the earth. And the primary thing is that we should care for each other and care for the earth. I mean, that's a great strength of Pope Francis' teaching, that care of the poor and care of creation are just two sides of the same coin.
And what part have you been playing in this whole thing?
I'm there very much with my group, so listening to what they're listening, encouraging them, learning from them. It's a wonderful opportunity for me as bishop to be with a small group of young adults. Our group are 20 years upwards to about 30 or something. So it's a very privileged time for me to be in their midst and experiencing what they're experiencing, listening to them, learning from them.
And I think this is the first time it's happened since the pandemic, which obviously put a stop to all this kind of stuff, didn't it? People coming together in this country, never mind from other countries. So
indeed, yeah.
What's it been like to get everyone back together?
Well, I think for many countries probably it's not been so easy. I think the expectation is there will be 1 million young people gathered tomorrow evening. I don't know what our numbers are now, but it's growing in number every day. Why do I know that? Because we're traveling to the various events by metro, and the first day it was relatively comfortable, but every day since we're like sardines squashed in. So it's really growing in numbers, which is fantastic.
And it is a beautiful city as well, Lisbon. So you're getting to see very much of that.
A tiny bit only. There's a very, very full schedule, but we do have some free time tomorrow, which will be a blessing, I think, for everyone. We're seeing something of the city as we travel about. Yeah, I mean, the highlight probably for our young people, I would imagine all of the young people, was when Pope Francis met with us all last night in a beautiful, very simple service of prayer, at which young adults, young people, were absolutely prominent. We meet again with him tomorrow evening for a prayer vigil, and our young people will be camping overnight in their sleeping bags. We're blessed with good weather here in Lisbon. And then on the Sunday, we have the final Mass, the liturgy with Pope Francis. It's great to see him in good form. He's wheelchair bound, but stands to address us. And his face just lights up when the young people all over the world greet him. It's lovely lovely to see and to be present at.
How close to him do you feel when there might be 1 million people there?
Well, personally, and I think I'm echoing the experience of the young people, very moved. He's a wonderful man. He's shaking us up as a church, and that's no bad thing in my humble opinion. And the young people love him, his teaching, the simplicity of his symbolic actions, the living with the poor, the very simple car that he is driven around in, etc., etc.
Is there one burning issue in the Catholic Church at the moment? Perhaps the one topic that will dominate everyone coming together. Is there one thing that you find everyone talking about?
Yeah, I think how we can build up the Christian faith once again, how we can reach out to others and share. For us, the joy of knowing Christ and trying to live by his teaching. Because so many people have lapsed from the practice of their faith. I don't judge them, but I just would love them, and I know the young people would, to reach out to their peer group and just share with them the joy of knowing Christ and trying to live by his teaching.
Bishop Patrick McKinney, who is from the Diocese of Nottingham, over in Lisbon at the moment for the World Youth Day, caught up with him earlier on in the week. So some of the things that he mentioned there have now happened, and we're going to catch up in just a moment with a couple of the young people from Nottingham who are there. The Bellamy Brothers, Let Your Love Flow. So it's the final day of the World Youth Day today, an international gathering of young people with the Pope. And you were hearing just a moment ago from Bishop Patrick from the Diocese of Nottingham. And he was talking a little bit more about what World Youth Day is. It's not a day anymore, which is why you can have this strange description of the final day of the World Youth Day. It lasts for a while, lasts for quite a few days now. It takes place every few years, different cities all over the world. This time in Lisbon, in Portugal, and a couple of, in fact, quite a few young people from Nottingham have made the pilgrimage to Lisbon, along with others from the Catholic Diocese here. So let's catch up with a couple of them now. Hello, who have we got here?
Hi, you have Will and Alex.
Hello, Will. Hello, Alex. So, describe what's going on at the moment, because I can hear all kinds of noises in the background.
Yeah, so we last night we camped out, 1.5 million people. We had a vigil with the Pope last night, and then we kind of camped out all evening. And everyone's in a cheery mood this morning, high spirits.
Absolutely, it is bonkers. There is people about 1 per square metre. This morning we've had praise and worship and music that was done by a priest that was DJing. And the atmosphere is just amazing. I've not known many places where you could be woken up by loud music at 6:30 in the morning, and people were happy about it and jumping up, which is great.
So what was it like last night then, Alex?
Oh, it was insane, but it was amazing. Yes, it was. Everybody was cheering. Everybody was kind of chanting in their own languages. Kind of people coming around and kind of greeting one another. Currently, we have 4 sections, I believe. So section A, B, C, and D. So we're in section B. So we're not next to the the area where the Pope is, but we've got kind of loads of TVs that we can see him on. And yeah, it was a crazy experience, but yeah, really blessed to be here.
Yeah. So, Will, does it feel like you're at an event with the Pope if he's so far away?
Well, at certain times this week, I must say it has been better to view it through the screen. However, actually, one of our pilgrims has just come back and she's just seen the Pope. I don't know if you'd want to have a quick chat with her.
Yeah, absolutely.
5 minutes, I'll hand over to Chidi.
Hello, Chidi. Hello, nice to talk to you. So tell me what happened.
Yeah, so I was just at the back and I was standing where lots of people were standing and the Pope drove by. I was so excited. Oh my God.
Did you wave?
I was so excited, especially because I wasn't expecting it. Like, I was just there, and 1 minute I heard everybody shouting, I don't know what's happening?
Sounds like you were rather excited. So was there lots of waving and cheering going on?
Was there lots of waving and cheering going on?
Yes, there was. Everyone was cheering, and that's what caught my attention. Because because we're just standing there, like washing our hands and just doing normal stuff. And all of a sudden, there was so much noise. And I'm like, what's happening? And I saw the pop drive by, and then all the escorts at the back, and all it was amazing.
Can I ask you all the same question? So I'll ask you the same question, and I'd like your answers to this. You know, the people listening to this now thinking, why do people your age want to spend a bit of their summer at a religious gathering like this? So, Will, how would you answer that?
Well, for me, it's an experience like no other. I know I mentioned before that sometimes it was better to see the Pope through the screen, but that even a screen can't compete with the atmosphere, the prayerful atmosphere. It really fulfills the spirit and gives you the energy you need to go back. I think sometimes as a young Catholic, particularly in the UK, things can seem a bit desolate. It might not seem like there's that many of us around, but coming somewhere where you can be with 1.5 million of them really puts that into a different perspective.
Alex, what about you? How would you answer that question?
Yeah, kind of similar, really. Like the community atmosphere is absolutely like mind-blowing. I've never been to a World Youth Day before. This is my first one, and I came in not knowing what to expect, and kind of blown away with like the amount of people that are here. Everyone's friendly. You have priests and religious that are walking around with you. Last night we had adoration, which is an exposition of the Blessed Sacrament. That in the Catholic Church, that's we believe that is Jesus. And 1.5 million people were kind of just in silence. Like you could hear a pin drop. It was incredible, honestly, insane. Yeah.
And Chidi, what about you? Are you still there?
It's nice. Yes, yeah, I am. It's great to be here because you're amongst like other people who all share like a common faith, a common belief in God, and at the same time the energy is palpable. So it's unlike in your daily life when you feel like you're alone, but being here shows like there's this large community of people from all over the world who share the same faith as you. It's really, really great.
Well, look, it's great to speak to you. And one thing I'm amazed of, 1.5 million people, and you've managed to get Wi-Fi or at least some data working. So, how you did that, I don't know. That's a miracle in itself. But great to talk to you.
Thank you so much.
Cheers. Have a good time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Will, Alex and Chidi, all from the Diocese of Nottingham, Catholic Diocese of Nottingham, over in Portugal, in Lisbon, at the moment for the World Youth Day. And they were buzzing, weren't they?